Again, we have the applications of maxima and minima. This is part 2. So we have example number 2. If the length of the hypotenuse of a right triangle is 10, so we're going to find the length of the other sides when the area is a maximum. So, okay, we have step number 1. So we're going to read the problem carefully to determine the given. Okay, so ang given, binigay sa atin yung sukat natin, which is the length of the hypotenuse of a right triangle. Okay, yun lang given dito, ano, wala na iba. Dibit tayo ng right triangle. So, ang right triangle ay may parts na base, meron niyang height, at meron tayong hypotenuse. Okay. So, ito yung kanyang hypotenuse ng right triangle. Ito ay right triangle kasi meron siya ditong right angle. So, ito yung base, ito yung ating height. So, ang pinapahanap sa atin dito is yung length nung other sides ng triangle, which is the height and the base. Kaya kailangan natin yung gawing variable. Okay, kasi yan ang ating hahanapin. Tapos, ang condition pa, yung area. Yun ang kailangang maximum. So, kailangan ng variable para sa area, para sa length ng unknowns na sides, which is the height and the base of the triangle. Okay. So we're going to let x, the base of the right triangle. Then y, ito yung height ng right triangle natin. Letter A for area. Okay, so kasi area, gamit tayo letter A. Yan ang area ng triangle. And from our problem, ang sabi dito, area is a maximum. Okay, so we're going to determine the quantity to be maximized or minimized. So in our problem, sabi maximum, so dun tayo sa maximized. Okay. So meron tayo ngayong quantity to be maximized, yun yung area ng triangle natin. So manggagaling yung ating equation doon sa quantity natin to be maximized, which is the area of a triangle. So ang area ng triangle, ito yung kanyang general formula natin, is 1/2 base times height. But from our variables, ang base ay x, ang height ay y. So our working equation will become area equals 1/2, base ay x, ang height ay y. So we have 1/2 x, y, or 1/2 times x times y. So our working equation. Okay. Now we're going to express that equation in terms of a single variable. Kagaya sa example 1 natin, yung product at sum ng two numbers. So given yung product, ginamit natin yung product na yon. Ngayon dito may given na hypotenuse, siya naman ang ating gamitin para ma-express natin yung equation in terms of a single variable. Okay. So again, meron tayong right triangle. Ito yung kanyang hypotenuse natin. Then gumamit tayo ng variable na x para sa base, then y para sa height. So ano ba ang common theorem na ginagamit sa right triangle? Ito yung Pythagorean theorem. So by Pythagorean theorem, we have square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of two sides. Kaya meron tayong square of x, square of y. Yung sum niya na equal sa square ng hypotenuse. So we have x squared plus y squared equals 10 squared. So now I will be solving for the value of y. Solving for y. So y equals square root of 100 minus x squared. Transpose lang, ano? So nangyari dito, since I will be solving for y, so y squared dyan, equals 10 squared. Transpose si x squared, kaya minus x squared tayo. Ito ay y squared. Kailangan mo siyang square root para maging y. Kaya yung y equal ngayon sa square root of 100 minus x squared. Ito nga siya, no? Yan ang value ng y. Okay. So again, we have an equation of area which is equal to 1/2 of x times y. Yan ang equation ng area eh. Yan ang ating gagawin single variable kasi dalawang variable pa x and y. Kailangan maging single lang. So ang ginawa ko, sinolve ko si y para maging equation lang ng x, maging variable na x. Papalitan natin ngayon yung equation ng area. So our equation will become 1/2, diba? X, y. Ayun siya. This is 1/2 of x times y. Kasi ang y ay square root of 100 minus x squared. So yun yung ating working equation when expressed in terms of a single variable. Now, differentiate natin. So dito, kayong hahanap ng paraan kung paano siya padadaliin sa pagdi-differentiate. Okay, so yung equation na yan ay 1/2 x, meron pang square root ng 100 minus x squared. So kayo ang bahala kung paano mo siya i-differentiate. Ito muna tayo sa isang solution. Yan kasi ay 1/2 x, pwede mong gawing 1/2 x times square root of 100 minus x squared. So pinaghiwalay ko siya, ginawa kong product. Ito yung aking u, ito yung aking v. So galing ako ng derivative ng uv ng product, di ba equal yun sa first function, derivative of the second, plus second function, derivative of the first. Okay, meron tayong udv plus bdu. Okay, so ito ngayon yung gagamitin ng formula. 1/2 x, binukod ko siya, times square root of 100 minus x squared. Magkakaroon tayo ng first function, 1/2 x, derivative of the second, square root of 100 minus x squared, plus second function times derivative of the first. So yun yung ating magiging equation, derivative of a product. Now, tuloy pa natin. So 1/2 x, pag meron tayong radical, kagaya sa ating derivative na algebraic functions, pag merong radical, gagawin mo siyang fractional exponent. Diba? Ito ay raised to 1 sa loob to. 1 over square ito, kaya 1 over 2. 100 minus x squared raised to 1/2. 1 over sa square, ang square ay 2. So meron tayong 1/2. Okay, so we have derivative of the quantity 100 minus x squared raised to 1/2. So yun nakatumbas ng square root. Plus, ito, rewrite lang natin. Then derivative of 1/2 x. Applying derivative formulas. So we have 1/2 x. Oh, ito ay general power formula. Siya, this is u raised to n. Ang n mo yung 1/2. Ano ba yung ginagawa doon? N times u raised to n minus 1. And we have derivative of u. This is n, u, n minus 1, 1/2, minus 1 is negative 1/2, du. So, yun siya, ano? Plus, square root of 100 minus x squared, derivative ng 1/2 x ay 1/2. Take note, ito yung tinatawag na general power formula, u raised to n, u, n minus 1, du. Tuloy natin. Okay, now simplifying. So 1/2 x times 1/2, 1 times 1 is 1, 2 times 2 is 4. So meron tayong 1/4 x. Ngayon, itong negative exponent, pwede mo yung gawin positive, gawin mo reciprocal. 1 over. No, kaya 1 over 100 minus x squared raised to positive 1/2. Itong part na to, ginawa natin siyang positive exponent. Reciprocal lang tayo, 1 over lang. Kaya 1 over 100 minus x squared raised to 1/2. Now, ang derivative naman nito, this is 100, 100 minus x squared, ang derivative niyan ay negative 2x. 0 minus 2x. So, yun yung kanyang derivative. Plus, square root of 100 minus x squared, derivative ng 1 half x ay 1 half. Kung ano ang coefficient ng x, yun ang kanyang pinaka-derivative na. Para ka meron 2x, ang derivative ng 2x ay 2. Ito, naging fraction lang, 1 half x lang. Derivative ng 1 half x ay 1 half, yung kanyang coefficient. Okay. Kaya meron tayong, ulitin natin 1/4 x times the quantity 1 over 100 minus x squared raised to 1 half minus, times negative 2x plus square root of 100 minus x squared times 1 half. So ito medyo may typo dito, no? Ito ay 1 half na lang. Kala na dapat to This is 1 half. So galing tayo dito. Ayun yun. Kaya meron tayong square root of 100 minus x squared times 1 half. Ang derivative ng 1 half x. Okay. Tuloy natin. Hindi ko pala labore d over dx. Alasin natin d over dx. So wala ito No, sige. So again, ito yung kanina, 1/4 x times 1 over 100 minus x squared raised to 1 half times negative 2x plus square root of 100 minus x squared times 1 half. Ayusin pa natin yan. Ito muna, Ito muna ayusin natin. Yan. Tapos sunod ito. Okay. So dito, sa part na to, so we have 1 times 1, di ba? Ito muna pala. Taas, baba, kasi ang 4 ay 2 times 2. Kaya cancel isang 2 natin. So may iwan is negative x na lang. Kaya 1 times x is x times 1, x pa din, times negative x, we have negative x squared. Sa ilalim, 2 na lang na iwan, saka itong 100 minus x squared raised to 1 half na pwede mong gawing square root of 100 minus x squared. So meron tayong 2, square root of 100 minus x squared. Ito naman, taas yung square root, baba yung 2. Kaya square root times 1 is square root of 100 minus x squared all over 2. Yun yung ating simplified form ulit bago tayo mag-equate sa 0. Okay. Ngayon, meron pa tayo dyan dalawang fraction, di ba? First fraction mo to, ito yung pangalawang fraction natin. Pwede mo siyang gawing single fraction. Ayusin natin. Tayo sa LCD. Ang LCD niyan ay 2, saka yung square root of 100 minus x squared. So our dA over dx will become, ito kanya LCD, 2 square root of 100 minus x squared, i-divide mo dito, so 1 lang yan, times negative x squared is negative x squared. 2 square root of 100 minus x squared divided by 2 is square root of 100 minus x squared. Kaya ito yun. Square root of 100, square root of 100 minus x squared tayo. Ganun lang pag LCD Kasi, di ba yung 2, pareha silang may 2 2, saka square root. Ito yung ating pinaka-LCD, yung 2 and square root of 100 minus x squared. Kaya yung itong 2 na yan, pag itong ating LCD, 2 square root of 100 minus x squared. Diba? Pag divide mo dun sa isang denominator mo na 2, so magkakancel itong 2. Multiply mo ngayon sa taas niya. Diba? Ito yun. Ito matitira. Multiply mo ngayon sa taas na to. Okay, ito yun. 100 square root at square root. Okay, negative x squared lang ito kasi 2, divide mo dito, 1 lang yan, makakancel parehas. Ito, saka ito. LCD, divide mo dito is 1. 1 times negative x squared is negative x squared. Operation mo ay plus, kaya plus tayo dito. Ngayon itong LCD na to, i-divide mo sa isang denominator natin na 2. Cancel yung 2, may iwan square root, multiply mo sa taas. Kaya square root saka square root. Okay. Then again, simplifying, we have negative x squared plus, ito magkamuka, di ba? Para kang nag-ano ng 100 minus x squared. Yung square root naka-square. So makakancel yung square root doon. May iwan lang is 100 minus x squared. Okay. Ito, ang katumbas niyan is square root of 100 minus x squared quantity squared. Kaya cancel itong square root saka yung 2. Meron ka na lang 100 minus x squared doon. Pwede tayo mag-combine ng similar terms. Magkamukha silang x squared. Dalawang negative x squared. So meron tayong negative 2x squared pag simplify natin yan. Kaya ang dA over dx ay negative 2x squared plus 100. So na-simplify mo na siya. Pwede mo na iset sa 0 ang derivative. So we're going to set dA over dx equal to 0. Now magkakaroon tayo ng 0 equals negative 2x squared plus 100 all over 2 square root of 100 minus x squared. Okay. Now we're going to cross multiply tayo ngayon. Itong ating denominator, multiply mo doon sa 0. Kaya mangyayari na lang ngayon dito, is 0 na lang equals negative 2x squared plus 100. Diba ito, multiply mo doon ay 0 pa din. So meron kang 0 equals negative 2x squared plus 100. So we can now solve for the value of x. Transpose muna natin yung negative 2x squared. Kaya magkakaroon ka ng positive 2x squared equals 100. And we divide both sides by 2. So divide by 2, magkabilang side na equation. So magkakaroon ka na lang ng x squared equals 50. Then, to solve for x, so we're going to take the square root of both sides. Kaya magkakaroon tayo ng x equals 5 square root of 2. So paano nakuha yun? Ito kasi 50 ay square root of, hanap ka ng perfect square, 25 times 2. So ang 25 ay 5 squared. Kaya square root of 5 squared dyan, square root of 2. Cancel ito, saka ito, meron kang 5 square root of 2 ngayon. Okay, so yan yung x. Now, to solve for the value of y, sa galing kanina, sa ating Pythagorean theorem, ang y ay equal sa square root of 100 minus x squared. So gamitin natin yan. Kaya y will become square root of 100 minus, ang x ay 5 square root of 2. So yun ay naka-squared. 5 squared ay 25. Square root of 2 squared is 2. Kaya meron tayong 25 times 2. So meron tayong 50. So 100 minus 50 yan. Equal pa rin sa 50. Kamukha no isa kanina. Kaya ang y ay equal sa 5 square root of 2. So dito ito ay 5 squared. Then square root of 2 squared. Applying laws of exponent lang ginamit dito. Square mo yung una, square mo yung pangalawa. Ito ay 25. So cancel si radical, saka yung 2. Kaya meron kang 25 times 2. So we'll have 50. Okay, so yan yung values ng ating x and y. Kaya ang length ng side ng triangle ay 5 square root of 2 and 5 square root of 2. So diyan magkakaroon ng maximum area yung triangle. Sabihin dapat siya ay isosceles right triangle. So equal yung x, equal yung y. Diyan magkakaroon ng maximum area. Okay. Okay. Dito sabi kasi kanina, area is maximum, So meron tayong equation sa area ng triangle kanina, nakuha natin 1/2 xy based sa variables natin na ginamit. Now, after Pythagorean theorem, na-express natin yung area as 1/2 x, ang katumbas ng y ay square root, diba, of 100 minus x squared. Since ang area ay quantity to be maximized, ibig sabihin ang A ay maximum. So we can conclude or we can take that when A is maximum, A squared is also maximum. Tama naman, ano? Kung yung A ay maximum na, pag in-square mo, syempre rin maximum. So A squared is also maximum. So we can use this concept. No? When A is maximum, A squared is also maximum. So ibig sabihin, to eliminate this radical, so we're going to square our equation. Okay. So magkakaroon tayo ng A equals 1/2 square root of 100 minus x squared. And we're going to square our equation. Kaya magiging a squared na to, kabilang side. Wala pala si x. Ngayon dito, equal yan sa 1/2 squared is 1/4. Then, x squared. Pag in-square mo si radical, mawala yung radical. So, mayroon ka lang 100. 100 minus x squared. O, isa-isang square dito So, sa exponent ulit tayo. 1/2 squared. X square mo din. Square root of 100 minus x squared. Square din natin yan. We will arrive at 1/2 squared is 1 squared is 1, 2 squared is 4, so 1/4. X squared. Ito cancel si radical, kaya 100 minus x squared. Pag inayos pa natin, so yung a squared ay magiging, multiply natin dito multiply ko doon. So yung 100 times 1/4 ay 25. 25 x squared. Tapos minus 1/4 of x raised to 4. Multiply mo dito yung 1/4 x squared. Multiply mo rin doon kay x squared lang. Kaya meron ko 1/4 of x raised to 4, 2 plus 2 exponent. Okay. So meron tayong equation ng area or a squared as 25x squared minus 1/4 x raised to 4. Mas madali siya ngayong i-differentiate kumpara doon sa equation na to. No? Kasi ito may radical pa, mahaba yung pag-differentiate. Ngayon ito, since sabi ko ang area ay maximum, yung a ay maximum, so we can take a squared is also maximum. Kaya ang ginawa natin is in-square natin buong equation para maging a squared yon. So pag sinimplify mo na, magiging 25x squared na lang minus 1/4 of x raised to 4. Now we're going to differentiate yung equation natin. Differentiating, differentiate natin Burahin lang natin yan. Okay. When differentiating a squared pa rin siya, para siyang a lang. Siya kasi ay symbol for area. Kasi ang pinaka-equation natin. So differentiating, so we will have the derivative of a squared with respect to x. Kasi our equation is expressed as, diba, equation in terms of x tayo kasi. So equals, differentiate tayo. 2 times 25, kaya magkakaroon ka ng 50. So 50, x na lang. 2 minus 1 minus 4 times 1/4 is 1. Kaya 1 na lang doon. Alisin natin 1. So meron ka na lang x raised to 3. 4 minus 1. Okay. Now we're going to set the derivative equal to 0. Kaya magiging 0 is equal to 50x minus x cube. Ano ang common ng dalawa? Pareha silang may x, di ba? X ito, raised to 1, ito ay x cube. So ang common yung babay exponent. Ano na? 50x minus x cube, parehas may variable na x. So yung common, yung mababang exponent which is 1. So yun ang common. Kaya magkakaroon ko ng 0 equals, labas mo yung x common. Pag nilabas yung x, ito may iwan, 50 na lang. Ito magiging x squared. Babasa na isa lang, ano, exponent. Oh, ito 1 minus 1 to 0 na, kaya walang x dyan. 3 minus 1, so 2. Then, we divide both sides by x. Para maalis na yung common na yan. Kaya magiging 0 over x ay 0 pa din. So, cancel ang x dito. So, 50 minus x squared. Transpose ngayon si x squared. Kaya magkakaroon ko ng x squared equals 50. Now we're going to take the square root of both sides. Square root natin magkabilang side ng equation. Kaya ang x ngayon equals sa, kagaya kanina, di ba ang x ay equal sa 25 times 2. Square root ng 25 ay 5. So meron tayong 5 square root of 2. Again, solving for y, kagaya sa solution kanina, y equals 5 square root of 2. Kasi ang y ay equal sa square root of 100 minus x squared. Kung sa galing, ano? Kaya magkakaroon ka ng square root of 100 minus 5 square root of 2 quantity squared. So magkakaroon tayo ng square root of 100 minus 25 times 2. So we have 50. 25 times 2. 100 minus 50 is equal to 50. So kagaya dito, ang 50 ay 25 times 2. Ang 25 ay 5 squared. So meron kang perfect square na 5. Lalabas mo yun, may iwan na sa loob ay 2. So meron tayong y na 5 square root of 2. So isa rin yan sa paraan ng pagsasolve pag mayroong radical, pag may square root. Since a is maximum, so we take a squared is also maximum. So that's why we're going to square the equation para maging a squared siya and to eliminate the radical or yung ating square root.